the first time I could like notice that there was something different, or that I was different, I was about 5 maybe. Yeah. And I think I realized it at school, looking at other people's and how I fit in there. I think that's when I realized, yeah.
Explain that. What did that feel like? Just talk a bit about the feeling around that.
Well, it was like a struggle. Where, in which slot do I put myself into? I'll be looking at I'd be looking at everyone and wondering who should I be friends with, because I just I didn't seem compatible with anyone as a friend because of their choice of friends. The girls would want to be with the girls, the boys would want to be with the boys, and I would want to be with the girls.
Talk about when was the earliest confrontation you and he had around your gender identity?
The earliest confrontation was, I remember one day coming home from school, still at Tennessee Girls. I had just cut my hair and I needed it to be shaved again. My mother said, well, no, people are saying that you look like a boy, and I don't think that I should do it anymore, and you should just let it grow out. So I got very angry and I was like, maybe that's what I want them to see me as. And I remember her, after I told her that my brother had come to speak to her about me, and he was saying she. And my mother said, well, you know what, it's not a she, it's a he. So, and he got very angry and started looking for every excuse that he could to say she and make his point in any way possible. And yeah, sorry, I'm losing track here.
Your brother,
losing
his
track.
levels of anger, how far did it go?
His levels of anger, how far did it go? Can I say in general?
Yeah, just over that period.
One day he was shouting at me, I can't remember for what, but I was standing on the stairs and he pushed me down, and I don't fight back, right? Because I know that he is stronger than me and I just don't bother trying. Not that I don't want to, but also just because I don't want to hurt anyone or attempt to fight with anyone that I'm supposed to love, right? A sibling. So
I think I realized I was different at about the age of 6, because apparently, according to I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter to a girl called Amanda, and I said my name is Zahir, which I changed already, and I'd like to be your boyfriend. To dear Amanda, my name is Zahir, I'd like to be your boyfriend. And I mean, that's what child at the age of 6 knows about changing your identity. And when my granny died a few years ago, the letter arose and she kept my secret, and my mom found it. And I mean, I've never really wanted to grow my hair, or they struggled to put me into a dress. It was nightmares. So yeah, but in my family, that people don't tell you whether if you become a young man or a young girl, like you get your menstruation or your wet dream, whichever way it goes, they say be careful. That's the entire story. Be careful. So you got no idea where you're heading. You got no idea what's happening to you. So I wouldn't know if I was gay or transgender didn't even appear. It was just, okay, I'm different. I'm not like everyone else.
When I started growing up and started like changing, I I would wear my brother's clothes. I never had my own wardrobe of clothes. I I think I looked up to him a lot, unknowingly. I mean, at the moment we're not close now. We're not anywhere near it, but I think I did look up to him for some reason. And that's from a young age. That's from growing up from like 5 upwards. So I share those feelings with her after I had gone on Google and said like girls who want to be boys or girls who feel like boys. And then this word transgender popped up.
All of my life, I felt that being female was something out of my reach, and it's something I had to fight for. And then the moment I got my pills, I was like, it's here. I didn't spend any time thinking about what it is that I really wanted. I just wanted to get to that point, to stop my body from developing further as a male. And then I got onto the pills and I started to do more introspection. Is it really what I want? I started to think about how my life would work while being on the pills and being female. Relationship-wise, would I be comfortable with a heterosexual male? Considering that I've been like envisioning myself in a homosexual relationship before the age of 16, when I didn't know about this transitioning. So yeah, all the years I put myself in my mind in a gay relationship, I imagined, and now suddenly I had to find straight guys like appealing, and that is now my problem. I'm still battling with that. I lean more towards gay guys.
The thing is, the Quran on its own, it's a very versatile book. It's been written in such a way that no matter who looks for an answer, will find an answer. Because I think, if I might be mistaken, but one word could have maybe 8 or 9 different meanings. Okay, so the Imam uses, majority of Imam says, oh no, the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, yes, Sodom, that alone says it all. Sodom is sodomy, which is actual sexual assault, rape from behind. It's rape. It's not man loving man. It's rape. Sodom and Gomorrah. And they tend to use that as the basis of any heterosexual act being a sin, or just being transgender, or whatever it might be. Now, with Muhsin, then again, he explained that besides the fact that Sodom and Gomorrah was men raping men, there was more to that story. It was about people not being very, what's that word now? People not being very, when you hospitable and becoming more greedy and stuff. So there was more to it why God actually could destroy that story. But people like to take, I mean, it's the same with terrorists. we can go on and on about how the Quran gets used as a tool to justify people's actions, but I mean, imams have never been, majority of these imams who are giving these theories about how being homosexual is a sin, they've never been put into a position where they'd actually had to research for it and find out, okay, let me understand it. It's hearsay, and then let's go for it. This one said that one said that. We're just going to have majority rules, and that's how we're going to do it.
Well, I didn't really have a good relationship with my father while he was alive. I don't know. I think that with people like me, if you are trans female, you tend to not want to disappoint your father in that way. So I try to keep that information from me, for the fear that he would like reject me or disown me. But I don't think he was that kind of person. If I look back, I think I should have just told him, because yeah, I don't think he would have responded negatively.
After, it took me very long to accept who I am, because I didn't want people to think, oh, you're a freak, what's wrong with you? I mean, if people said, would you ever have a sexual? I was like, no, I'll never, because it's not, according to society, that's not normal. And according to the way I'm raised, that's not the way it should be. So if I'm going to say yes, and then you're going to look at me differently, and I used to be very concerned about what people thought. But then when I came to the age of 30 and I started realizing, you know what, I can't live for you people anymore. I've got to live and make myself happy. Because if I go to my mom, I must pretend to be like this. If I go to you, I need to pretend to be like this. And it's too much. It's driving me mentally insane.
Is that still happening?
No, not at all.
So there's been acceptance all around then?
My mom accepts me. She tries really hard. She's very close-minded. She's more of a follower than a leader. So if somebody tells her something, she's very gullible and she listens. Especially when it comes from a authority within the religious sector.
Yeah.
So my mom will adhere to what they say. And I've had many discussions with her and stuff, but she tries. She does try. But I mean, she wouldn't call me Zaid. She'll still refer to me as a girl. But she accepts me because she's my mother and she loves me. But just as far as she can accept me. If you understand what I'm saying.
By chance, I met one of the people involved with the TIC, with TIC, through going to, I made a fax, and then I told them, we started talking, and she told me about this place, and I had my doubts, but I came, and basically I wanted to understand more. I couldn't reconcile my faith, or my lack thereof, or faith in general, with being queer. So I wanted to come here and find out how they could make it possible, how they have made it possible.
And what's your experience of, now that you've been coming here for a while?
Well, they have some good points, and I'm not as hostile towards religion as I was before. Their ideas, the ideas that are shared here, are so different to the general, like, to religion, to Islam. It's different, and I think it's more compatible with the rational mind.
Your mother, I know your mother's accepted you as as far as a mother can possibly, within her, again within the confines of her faith.
Yeah.
But do you think she's gone through a mourning period, like say goodbye to my daughter and hello to my son?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
she's definitely told me that she had, I think, sat by the fire and I think threw some things in.
Like what?
I don't know. I think pictures maybe or something. Oh, sorry. It was my primary school dresses.
Wow.
She'd taken them and threw them out because that was her way of saying, goodbye. And she's definitely said that she's cried about it. And there's so many things that she had envisioned and planned out for her daughter, which can now never be.
Wedding.
Yeah, wedding.
The white dress.
Yeah.
Your dad has been amazing. I found that with his background, I would have expected him to be very uncomfortable. But, even outside of your presence, outside of your company, when he talks to me, he always talks about my son. Have you spoken to my son today? And I find that amazing coming from the conservative Russian, what did you call him?
Orthodox Christian.
I was going to say a neo-Christian, Orthodox Christian.
Yeah.
But, what's your feelings on that? I mean, how long did it take him to come round?
Immediately. The night I had sent the message to my mom, in the message I didn't get too intimate too quickly. I basically told her, because there were so many questions flying around, I told her, well, I'm not a lesbian, and I explained to her the term what transgender is, and then I slowly rolled into how I was feeling and how I have the message actually. I still have it, so you can look at that and have a look at that because I can't actually remember now because it's quite long. It's like an essay, but yeah. And she asked me if it was okay to show my dad because he was in Cape Town at the time, and I said yeah, of course. And she didn't. Her reply to my message was, "It's okay. I love you." And when I got home, she was asleep. I was dreading that because I was worried that she'd be waiting for me with a lot of questions, shouting. But the next day, they had spoke about it and he said, well, what do you expect? He said, I'm not surprised. And because he comes back and forth from country to country, he saw these rapid changes in me, far more than she did. And he said to her, well, could you not see what was happening right in front of your eyes? And he was okay with it, right from the start. Yeah.